Coach, strong third periods have kind of become a trend for you guys in this series. What does it say about your team when they keep playing their best hockey late in games?
Well, I think we have a good understanding of the style of hockey that we'd like to play. And I almost thought it took the third period to get there. I found it to be an unusual game. Like in the first period, it looked like if you could just get a handle on the darn thing, you were going to get lots, right? We had 2 2-on-1s. We're in alone. I think in the game, I think it's probably 5 times we're in alone. But we just couldn't get a handle on some of the good offense. And then I thought our game got very simple in the third period, and that was the key to it. Not trying to break the game open, not trying for the killer play. Just grind. And then eventually you'll get a partial rush. You know, Vladimir Tarasenko is a big part of that goal, right? The mid-lane drive. So it was as the emotion increases in the series, and they all do, the closer you get to the end of them, every play, right? It's every single play, every small play. We had 20 shot blocks tonight. That might be the story for me. They had more zone time than they've had, I think, previously. I don't know, maybe game 2 would be different, but when you're in your end, you're going to have to block shots, and we did get some great blocks.
Right side, third row.
Paul, you guys, according to the stat sheet, had just one giveaway tonight. Is that something that you...
That is awesome.
Is that something
Just don't tell me Bobrovsky had it.
No. Do you want to know who it was?
Yeah, who was it?
Eki.
Oh, he's out.
Is that something that you guys talked about? Or, I mean, you were surprised by it, so I don't know if...
No, you know what, and to be fair, I don't follow the qualification of what a giveaway is. There were so many puck battles on the walls that I thought we had control of the puck that we didn't make a play, and it's into their feet, and then they get possession of it. I would count that as a giveaway. I think the change of possession, it's either forced or it's not in some ways. What am I trying to say? I think there's a hell of a lot more giveaways in that game for 2 coaches, and Ekblad's out.
Front right, Mike.
Yeah, like hits, they need to start auditing the giveaways. Yeah.
Right. Can you bet? No, I'm not going to ask that question. Go ahead.
The Lundell line, it felt like the first 2 periods they were not getting a lot of traction, and then it totally changed in the third. 3 shifts in a row where they really were going and going. And the other thing I was thinking about when Lundell scored and had the between the legs shot is the quote you gave the other day about how sometimes he'll put his eyebrow up and think.
Yeah. I got a little action here.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, is that part of what you're seeing with him?
But I want to encourage that, right? You don't want... He has, and his history, he played with men in the Finnish Elite League. He put up numbers. Like the guy can do some things offensively. I'm just happy for him to go in, because he's just one of those guys that I don't spend a lot of time talking about. He's had a bunch of chances, and I know the skills there because he's in the 2-hole on our shootouts, but he's lights out. So it's there. He's still young, right? That's the thing we always have to remind ourselves. He's still a young player, but a goal in a game like this on the road, game 5, and I will call it a bit of a de facto game winner because it changed the game. Good for him, you know. I'm happy for him. I think, and somebody asked me a question about Vladimir Tarasenko, about him not scoring. Okay, fair enough. But he sat on that bench all night and talked to those 2 young guys all night long about the next play, inside, like wired them, right, into the game, stay in the game. And then both of those guys, both Lundell and Luosterainen, were very good as the game went on. Right, really, really strong. So there's more to this than just bar down. And he would think, I got to score to be a good player here. But I thought he was a really good player. And to the fact that line didn't have a lot of action going, there wasn't a lot of forward motion there. I think Vlad had a lot to do with that.
Front left, Mark.
Paul, what have been some of the keys to you guys shutting down their big scores? You've done it really all series, and how satisfied are you with the job you have done so far?
Yeah, I'm going to refer back to saying I felt like that game could get broken open really fast. So I don't think well, I got a Selke Award winner. It's just not his first. We don't prep differently for the elite players on their team to their fourth line players. We view them all the same. The difference would be our elite players are going to play against their elite players. I don't think there's anything tactical. I don't think there's anything from a coaching point of view other than we adhere to a style of game pretty well. We didn't circle Kucherov. We didn't circle Pasternak. If I knew what I was doing, we might be able to keep Vinny Trocheck off the score sheet. Apparently I can't, so I'm just going to play all my best players against all their best players and cheer.
We'll take 2 more questions for Coach, front right.
Can you sense your team, you played so many one-goal games, not just this series, previous series, last year, that the experience of just going through it last year has helped you when you're in this situation?
We have experience on what it's like to be on the bench in down one or even in a game. We're fine there. And I do believe that's experiential. We are tight in games. You go back to that Carolina series last year, we won 4 straight. We could have lost that thing 4 straight. They're all tight. Very, very similar in at least my standing behind the bench going, oh, that was close. Oh, shit, that was close. And then I felt the same way in the offensive zone. It alone in front and can't get it to go, you know. Yeah, we have some experience with it for sure.
Last question, front right.
Coach, you spoke so eloquently about the growth
Thank you.
contribution of Gus Forsling and Anton Lundell this week. What did it mean to see those 2 players get the tying goal and the go-ahead goal tonight?
Well, Gustav Forsling, for me, in his style, is the best defenseman in the world. And the offense, if it grows or it stays where it is or even stagnates slightly, won't change my opinion of him. But he's almost been a late bloomer in all the things that he does. And he takes care of job 1 before he tries to look at job 2. He has no interest in, it's just winning for him. He doesn't. But that man gets up the ice, and now he's got some confidence. He scored some huge goals for us. But his timing is good. Like he's not going to have 15 rushes so he can score once. He's going to pick 3 times to get up the ice because it's the right time. Anton Lundell is, I have absolutely no idea how good he could be. But we're going to find out. It's just going to take a little while.